Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Boxing Science TV. This is episode 9. We're going to be covering the top 5 shoulder exercises for boxing with Rob Madden. Now, before we get into this, I'd like to ask you a quick favour and just click the subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be uploading lots of free content over the next few months and we don't want you to miss out. So please click subscribe and enjoy this episode. Okay, so welcome to episode 9. And like I just mentioned, this is going to cover the top 5 shoulder exercises for boxing. And this is going to be delivered by physiotherapist and certified strength and conditioning specialist, Rob Madden. Rob is a very knowledgeable, nice guy. He's got loads of experience within boxing. He's worked at the very top. He's been working with Anthony Joshua and James Gale and many other boxers on the professional circuit. I first came across Rob on social media. He was doing great things. I reached out to him, wanting him to do a workshop for us for the Combat Conditioning Conference 2018. And he delivered the boxer's shoulder. And this workshop, me and Tommy went down to London. Rob presented about, why do boxers get shoulder injuries? He talked about the anatomy. He talked about some of the training methods that boxers use that might cause shoulder injuries. He shared a few tests that we could do, and also shared his top 5 exercises to help rehab or try and prevent shoulder injuries happening in boxing. I want to share these with you today, so get your pen and paper out, write down the coaching cues and the benefits, and enjoy Rob Madden's top 5 shoulder exercises for boxing.
All right, so I just want to move on to my top 5 boxing shoulder exercises, and really with these for the audience I've tried to tick as many boxes as I can, so many of them will really maximise grip strength, shoulder stability, going through as much range as we can and targeting different positions and challenging the joint. As well as that, a couple of the exercises become great warm-up drills to do with your fighters perhaps before they're sparring or going into bouts. And one of the key points to remember being when we're pushing people in training, we know that pushing them to fatigue is absolutely paramount. However, if you're warming them up before a spar or before a fight, make sure you're not overdoing that fatigue, because you want to keep them fresh. All right, so my top 5 exercises now in boxing, some of them are great warm-up drills and some of them are more strength specific, so many of these will be favourites of you guys, I'm sure. Just kick it off, we're going to do the Palloff press, which many of you will know. A couple of simple ways I vary this being, in this case, the right arm has an internal rotation bias. Now, of course, we know this is predominantly a trunk exercise. The left arm's intersecting, and then we're pressing straight ahead, and it's an anti-rotation exercise. You can, of course, vary it by taking the band in the left arm, so we then bias the external rotators of the left shoulder and pressing forwards. Now, for me, I like this exercise as a conditioning drill as part of S&C, but also it's a great warm-up exercise. And today I want to show you a way to load the arm isometrically in that end range punching position, which is great to try and centrally stimulate the boxer before they're about to go out. So if you want to take the band here, Tommy, if we take a right arm internal rotation bias, I'm going to ask Tommy as he comes out into that end range, he's going to resist against me, but then importantly when I let go, he's going to resist the rotation back. So press away, resist against me the opposite way, 2, 3, and then back to the midline. Good, excellent. Press away, resist against me for 3, so we're getting a nice long lever external rotation, and then back to the middle. And of course, if you're using this as a conditioning exercise, really trying to hit that area of fatigue and relax and back. If we're using it as a prep drill, then just a few reps to make sure we're not over fatiguing the shoulder before they're going out to fight. Good work, Tommy. All right. So second exercise is a triple threat. Great exercise, a lot of bang for your buck because you're going to target a lot of the shoulder muscles. So we're looking at a pull, external rotation, and then a nice overhead press. So a great exercise to do as a prep drill, but also as part of conditioning for your athletes. Over to you, Tommy. So the first phase of the exercise is the pull. If we can do it in slow-mo first, Tommy. Wide elbows here with neutral wrist. Okay, then the second part of the exercise is to externally rotate through the shoulders. Excellent. Trying to keep that thoracic stiffness here, and then overhead press. Good work, and then down and back and relax. And then tempo for this, we're looking at a 1-1-1 tempo. So if we go on towards that Tommy, 1 second, drive, down and back. And again, working towards fatigue, but if you are using it as a warm-up drill, then probably just 4 to 5 reps can be enough just to activate those that multiplanar movement. Relax, good work. Cool. All right. Good. So third exercise is your single arm dumbbell chest press. I'm sure many S&C coaches are a big fan of this. I know a lot of my S&C boxing colleagues use this one. So here we're getting a lot of benefit. We're getting that contralateral stimulus across to the oblique. We're getting more grip strength on the left hand here. So we know, as we said earlier, that's really great for shoulder stability. We're also half off the bench. So we're getting a nice spinal hip extension with a bit of recruitment through your glutes there as well. So getting as much as we can from the exercise All right, so moving on to a fantastic exercise that many of you will know is the bottoms up kettlebell press. And we're going to do this in split kneeling to really bias the shoulder. So if we set up with your left leg leading, we want a nice tall trunk position here, and it's really important to coach this well if it's the first time someone's done this exercise. Neutral head alignment, and we're going to ask the individual to pick up the kettlebell, and with the other hand, turn the weight upside down and stabilize the weight with the other hand. So if you hold it with, that's it. So now when we're happy they're in a good position, we're going to encourage them to grip maximally and drive the weight up. Good work, excellent. We're going to keep that low rib position, straight spinal position, and aim towards the ceiling. I use the analogy of trying to balance a champagne glass on top of the weight, try not to spill it. And as you can see here with Tommy, he's got excellent control. And that tempo is great. We're looking at 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Fantastic exercise for all of those scapulothoracic muscles there, and working on that eccentric control as well to get maximal benefit. So here we've got the single arm figure of 8, so we can also draw circles. This is a great endurance exercise for serratus anterior, so your punching muscle. So we're really targeting all of those muscles. The serratus itself runs, as we know, from the back of the shoulder blade right around the ribs. So really bias it here. We want to build up some fatigue in this long range position. So you're aiming for around 30 to 60 seconds, depending on the capacity of the athlete. If I can get Tommy here to show a trunk progression. So if we go into a 3-point position on the floor, it will bias the trunk a little bit more. And if your athlete's strong enough, this might be quite a nice variation to do as well. Again, just asking them to make very small perturbations through the ball, keeping that trunk stiffness and alignment good. And for this, you'd work on a shorter time period of around maybe 15-20 seconds. Relax. It worked, Tommy.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Great little insight from Rob there. Some great exercises, some that we hadn't used before and we've been using ever since. And Tommy, you've never had a shoulder injury since, have you? Or where's it gone? Still getting used to this gimbal?
No, never had a shoulder injury since.
Cheers, Tommy. We're just going to keep that in. So with shoulder exercises, really, really important. It is definitely the most common injury that I've come across with the boxers down here at Boxing Science. And now you might be getting these new exercises, and you might have a look at some more shoulder exercises as well. And you've got to think about where you're going to fit that in. We fit most of our shoulder exercises within a warm-up, but also we do like a part of their recovery. We give them hip and shoulder mobility circuits, so maybe you can get it done within there. But also we do movement fillers, so between their key lifts, such as like the back squat or trap bar deadlift, they'll do like a shoulder pre-ab exercise. The banded triple threat is a great exercise to use in between trap bar deadlift, because it's really kind of mobilising and activating your shoulders as well. And obviously you can use some movement fillers a little bit later on in your programme as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you didn't switch off when the gimbal was going off mad. I hope you're enjoying the Boxing Science TV series. We're going to be posting a lot more, so please please press the subscribe button. And hopefully we'll see you again next week for episode 10. Cheers.